The Solo Leveling Arise Championships were today, and shout out to Old Rung. Hopefully I pronounced that wrong. I probably didn't, but apparently they're the winner of this, so that's pretty cool. And I think that it was really awesome that they actually were able to engage with the community for this event. That's pretty cool overall. From this, we also got a handful of new codes, and I also will be giving out 3 exclusive creator codes that a lot of you guys probably didn't get because they're from the Creator M program, so keep that in mind. But also, if you guys are interested in supporting for more free codes, I'll give you more info on that in a minute. But shout out again to the winner of the tournament. Really cool. Congrats on the victory. A heartfelt thank you to all the players and hunters who joined us for the 2025 SLC. That is really cool. All right, so like I said, as part of this, we got a number of codes that I'll be inputting manually, and I'll also as a result be showing you guys literally what the codes are. But first, make sure you subscribe because 80% of viewers are not subscribed, and as a result they are missing out on the awesome content here on the channel. So make sure that that is not you, and if you enjoy the video, if it's helpful in any way, make sure that you do hit that thumbs up. It's free and it takes just a moment to do. All right, so the first one is welcome 2025 SLC. All right, the very first code. All right, so this one gave 2,000 essence stones and 500,000 gold. That is very much needed and welcomed. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you guys for that. SLC round 16 ready. All right. Mana power extract times 2 and another 500,000 gold. Next one, SLC event match 25. $200 powder of blessing and 50 traces of shadow. The next one, SLC final stage 25. Use code. And that one is artifact enhancement chips, 50 of those, and 100 exclusive weapon designs, and what is that, 1 million gold? Nice, we'll take that. There's a lot of gold and I've been really needing gold lately. All right, so here is the next SLC road map 2025. All right, marks of time 30 of those, and 300 rune fragments. So overall we were able to get 2,000 essence stones, 2 mana power extracts, some other fun stuff in there, and we also got the gold, like 2 million gold or whatever. It's quite a bit there. So overall, some amazing rewards were up for grabs today as part of this. So again, huge shout out to the team. Now for the next codes, I'm not going to actually input these because these are single use only. First come, first serve. So this will offer you 50 powder of blessing and weapon enhancement gear. All right, so keep that in mind. Literally yesterday, I had one that expired that was for soul essence. Literally yesterday, 500 soul essence and more. But here are the codes on the screen. I'm not going to input it myself because, again, these are first come, first serve. If they don't work for you, don't worry, because you can still get this and more. What you need to do is go to the link in the description. It'll take you to my website. Click the support button and then give me about a day or so and I will send you your own individual code. It will show up in your supporter tab. So you click the 3 dots in the right corner on the website, go to the support page, and it'll show you a list of all of the codes that have been sent to you. And if you're not supporting a creator, this is the perfect opportunity. It does help me out. So please and thank you. I appreciate it big time. Again, all these codes are first come, first serve. If you just skipped through the video and paused, they're not going to work for you if somebody already claimed them, which I assume is probably the case. All right, the other ones though that I showed before this those are for everybody. That's why I claimed them in the video. I won't claim these because again they won't work. All right, so now that we've got that out of the way, I wanted to kind of pivot from there and talk a little bit more about what you guys should be considering for, you know, just this new meta and all that stuff. So as part of that, we did get that roadmap, and they showed none other than Cha. Like, we already had a data mine for that a little bit ago, like a few days ago, but we saw Cha was coming, and they also showed that I believe it's Yagamut, but the next workshop is coming. So, you know, it seems like that one will probably be weak to wind water, I'd imagine, at least water for sure. And with the water, you know, we did just get Saren, however you pronounce it, I'm sorry, and then Amamiya. I think these two are the main Malin, excuse me. I think these two are the main holdovers for that team. I do think Alicia, I do think Sa, these characters are going to be optional. And then these SR hunters that we once upon a time were using a little bit, I guess. These characters are going to be optional. They're going to be characters you can pivot to if you need to. But for the most part, it's going to be Malin, and then the two new characters that are releasing that are going to be part of this new water styled meta, which is nice because water hasn't really been meta for nearly a year, like 10 months, really. Since the first workshop, especially, it's been quite a while. So nice to see that overall coming back. So if you haven't built these characters, because like I said, you haven't really had a ton of need to, now as well, her specifically, now is the perfect time. I haven't used her in quite a while. However, I will acknowledge that I've always ranked her extremely highly because she is one of the best support characters in the game. But that does mean that you need to have her higher in advancements. And if you're wondering which advancements to kind of look at, these are the ones like I think that you guys should be considering. Obviously 5 is insane, going to be extremely strong, but 2 is really good. All members attack and defense goes up, additionally increases the attack and defense of water element team members by 8%. And then next tier 3 increases all team members power gauges, so that's going to be huge. I'd expect for Cha to be maybe an ultimate spamming defense scaling character. I think that would be pretty interesting for the new Cha if she was built that way. And you don't really need the attack stat in that regard, but it always is. There's mostly always like a defense boost in here too, so you can scale off the defense stat. And then nobody's really used so much that power gauge thing. I mean, she uses it, but that's mostly it. Because Alicia was mostly just a core attacker, so she was unique with that, but there hasn't really been much of a need for it. And the new chick has quite a few things in her kit that make her very strong, as you would imagine for a hunter that's releasing now versus like some of the other hunters that are like 10 months old or whatever. She is one that I do think you're not going to want to skip because water. So like we're kind of in a similar spot with wind, where they doubled back on wind again. And Goto is insane. Like, he really is. I think he's the best breaker in the game. Personally, there's a few characters in contention, but I think it's him. And I don't know if it's all that close when he really gets going, because he could just use his skills so much. But Goto's insane. But I felt like you didn't really need a new win team at the moment. They're probably worse for something we don't have yet, which is why I think they probably will be a secondary team for the next workshop or whatever. But they were probably for something we didn't have yet. But this character specifically was made for something we don't have yet, because she's got stuff in here for like workshop where her effect lasts longer. Yeah, in workshop the duration is longer, and unless they want us to double back and beat up Vulcan, which I don't imagine, this is for something that we just flat out don't have yet. So I'd expect her to be very valuable. And I don't know if she's a character you'd want to skip, because unlike Wind, we haven't been with the water team in quite a while. Now, where does that leave Alicia? Is Alicia going to get to be a character you can use as a secondary option if you don't want to get the new Cha for whatever reason? I'd imagine if you built her pretty highly, you could probably get away with it. But otherwise, they know what they're doing when they try to make specific characters work in specific forms of content. So keep an eye out for those characters. And actually, it's a little bit interesting because for Sung, water also for Sung is one where it's kind of weird. Like, they gave us this thing, but it mostly only works in encore missions, instance dungeons, right? Scatty is okay. It's like quite literally the most okay weapon in the whole game. Like, it's just okay. It could benefit from having higher attack increases, higher damage modifiers. It basically just needs a rework, in my opinion. Thetis's Grimoire is still solid, but it's more of a support weapon. So you need like a main DPS water weapon that's going to come in and do a lot of damage. I think that would be really nice. Something like a Stormbringer water or a Demon King Dagger water version, or even a Quarterstaff water version. Like, these are huge DPS weapons that, you know, Scatty doesn't even compare. So I'd probably expect something like that too coming for Sung as well for the water meta too. So maybe keep an eye out for that too. And then lastly, on Seren, you are in this interesting spot where, since she's here now, she is going to be obviously in the rate up next month, right? Next month? No, she's so because they extended the time on banners to being a month now instead of once every like 3 weeks. It's actually extended the time it takes to put a character here as a result. So Kanai is here versus the fact she was a 2 months ago release. So next month it will be Goto. So then there will be a month with Cha where if you don't pull Sarin now, is what I'm going to keep calling her, she's going to be unavailable for a month, basically, unless she's added as a low drop rate on the gacha, which I doubt, right? So you probably want to do that. But if you have to ignore her, you have to save, you have to wait, you can wait for her to get added here the following month. So we're talking June is when she should be in here. So keep that in mind. But anyway, that's the water meta in a nutshell. Things to keep an eye on. Hope you all enjoyed. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Remember, support if you haven't already, and I'll see you all later.